Hello there, my brothers and sisters, wherever you are on the planet. Hope this day finds you healthy, happy, and safe, and thriving and enjoying whatever it is you're doing, wherever you're doing it, having a good time each and every moment of each and every day. I apologize right up front if you hear any noise in the background, kind of motor noise. Just as I get started to do this, of course, the guys who mow the lawn show up and they're outside mowing with the big old riding mower, and they're going right by the window in my office here. So we'll just put up with it. By the way, happy 420. Hope you're having a great day, enjoying 420. Um, International Cannabis Day, which is when we celebrate the most incredible plant medicine ever. Just I won't go into it today because it's a whole show in and of itself. But the um, the cannabis plants, the cannabinoids, which are the chemical compounds within the plant, over 100 of them, depending on who you're using as a reference. The two that we know the most about are THC and CBD. THC is tetrahydrocannabinol, and CBD is cannabidiol. They are just two of the cannabinoids that are in that plant. And your whole body, your entire body, has receptors on almost every single cell for cannabinoids. And so it's part of what your body actually needs. And in this particular time in history, your body needs cannabinoids more than ever before, because what cannabinoids do is promote homeostasis. Um, Cannabidiol, CBD, also promotes pain relief. It promotes anxiety relief. It promotes healthy sleep. It promotes a healthy immune response. Does so many things for your body, but it helps to bring you just your whole system into homeostasis, into balance. Affects literally every single system of your body: your digestion, your respiratory system, your circulatory system, your reproductive system. Everything in your body is affected by cannabinoids. So, and you actually, the system that of these receptors in your body is called the endocannabinoid system, the cannabinoid system within. Each and every one of us has it. In fact, every mammal has an endocannabinoid system. So, happy 420. Pay attention to this show. You know that my sponsor is HempWorks, and I don't usually put it up until the end of the show, but let's put it up right now so you can see that in case you're interested. 420. Hempworks.com. Go to, if you do /Ken Ludwig, you go directly to my page. And every 420, we have a big sale on our HempWorks line. And this year it is a total BOGO. Buy one, get one free on the entire line. And there's everything in there, everything you can possibly imagine, not just the tinctures, but we also have the coffee, which I love. I love this coffee because each one of the little straw sticks that has the coffee in it comes with 5 milligrams of CBD, and it's a great afternoon coffee because it doesn't give you that flash and crash of regular coffee that you would get with the caffeine in regular coffee. This is kind of just a different blend, if you will. It's also got chaga mushrooms in there, just good healthy stuff in the coffee that I can drink in the afternoon. Doesn't keep me awake. That's the thing I like about it. It's very cool. Topical creams, the tinctures, as I mentioned. We have CBD oil for dogs, 3 different varieties, one for their overall health, one for their joints, and one just their basic CBD. It's bacon flavored for your pets, but then there's also dog treats that are little biscuits for your dog with CBD in them as well. We have, I think I mentioned topical creams. We have skincare products. We have bath bombs. The bath bombs are off the charts. I can't even tell you how much difference they've made for me. One couple of times when I've had really, really, really bad back pain from maybe just overdoing it, my lower back was aching, got in the tub with the bath bombs, nice hot tub with bath bombs for 20 minutes. A whole different world, man. Amazing. But anyway, go to hempworks.com /Ken Ludwig. Check out the variety of items that we have there. If there's anything that catches your fancy, go ahead and order something. If that's a challenge at all, please let me know. I am more than happy to help you out. I'll even take your information and place your order for you. So today I wanted to talk about something that has really been top of mind for me for quite some time. It's about our thoughts. You know, we've heard from a gazillion different sources in a gazillion different ways: change your thinking, change your life. It's also become it's almost become a cliche. So that to the point of almost, too many cliches. We repeat them often enough, and they get to really have no meaning whatsoever. But the idea of cultivating, if you will, your thinking. Barry Ebert, in his song "What We're Thinking About," says, "Guard well the garden of your mind; that is your promised land." And I think it's important to just to take that moment to stop and think about what you're thinking. A couple of days ago, in my new favorite daily morning read with my meditation is the Daily Stoic, and in the Daily Stoic a couple of days ago, hang on here, let me get to that correct page. Here's what Marcus Aurelius had to say. Here's his quote: "Pay close attention in conversation to what is being said and to what follows from any action. In the action, immediately look for the target. In words, listen closely to what's being signaled." And the explanation the guys give here, the two fellows that wrote this book, Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman, they write, "Through the work of the psychologist Albert Ellis, Stoicism has reached millions of people through what's known as cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. As a form of therapy, CBT helps patients identify destructive patterns in their thoughts and behavior so they can, over time, direct and influence them in a more positive direction." Of course, Marcus Aurelius had no formal training in psychology, but his words here are as important as any doctor's. He's asking you to become an observer of your own thoughts and the actions those thoughts provoke. Where do they come from? What biases do they contain? Are they constructive or destructive? Do they cause you to make mistakes or engage in behavior you later regret? Look for patterns. Find where cause meets effect. Only when this is done can negative behavior patterns be broken. Only then can real life improvements be made. That just blew me away. That particularly reading from 3 days ago, 4 days ago, whenever it was. And it's because it has been top of mind for me. It has been something that I have been paying attention to. I came to a realization not all that long ago that my thinking is way too negative. My default thinking is the negative, and that I worry about everything. And I think I talked about this last week. I worry about everything, and I worry about the silliest crap on the planet, man. And it's stuff not worth worrying about. I may have mentioned this. The one that comes to mind immediately. Here's two. I go to the gym on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here in Mocksville, North Carolina. We have this amazing senior center that's for 55 and older, and they have a really, really nice, modest gym where I can do the sit-down elliptical machine for half an hour, and then I have 4 different weight resistance machines that I can do 9 different exercises on, and I really love this. And I get there at 8 o'clock in the morning when they open up, and I do the elliptical for 30 minutes, and then I go into the weight room, and it's really funny. I have of course, I'm a real creature of habit, and I have a system. I have a routine that I do. One machine, next machine, the 4th machine, and on those 4 machines, again, I do 9 different exercises. And I immediately start to worry about someone coming in and interrupting my routine. And I've finally caught myself worrying about this. What in God's name am I worrying about? It's not affecting anyone. It's not changing anything. All the worrying in the world is not going to stop someone who wants to come in and use those machines from coming in and using those machines, right? But I'm worried about it. And when you worry, of course, let's not get too deep into the weeds on the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. We won't get into that too deeply. But when you start to get into worry, you start to slide into that sympathetic nervous system, that fight or flight response. Again, chemicals going through your body that are not doing anything positive for your physical well-being, for your physical health. The other day, my wife thought she saw a red tractor being tucked in behind my next door neighbor's shed in his back. And it was from her description, I'm assuming it was a backhoe. And I immediately started to worry that they were going to take out a tree along our driveway here that is literally on my property, but it's actually part of the one side of it is like 3 inches or 4 inches on his property. And I started to worry that he was going to take down that tree. And I'm worrying about it and worrying about it and worrying about it. And the bottom line was the tractor that my wife thought she saw being stashed behind the shed wasn't even there. It was another neighbor taking it down the side road. Wasn't there. There was no tree going on. And I'm worrying about it for a day and a half. You have to be able to stop. And I'm grateful that I am learning to stop and analyze those thoughts. Analyze it. When you go to the negative space, when you immediately move to the negative, when something occurs or you perceive something is occurring, when you immediately go to the negative or to the worry or to the fear space, you're not doing anything positive for your entire life, particularly your physical well-being, your physical health. You're pumping cortisol and adrenaline through your entire body, and in short bursts, they're nothing but healthy and they're good and they help you to stay alive and stay and function in the world. But if you live in them with those chemicals pumping through your system in a prolonged state, you are stressing out your system and you're literally causing disease. And not to be too promotional, but that's what things like CBD are for. And trust me when I tell you, it works. It works for me. Works for everybody I know who uses it too. So it's not just me. It's not just totally Ken anecdotal. The thing that got me on this path was also something I mentioned before, was this book by Peter McWilliams. Can't Afford the Luxury of a Negative Thought. Read this book, and I've discovered, really, I only read a little more than half of it many years ago, and I've started reading it again, and I'm just in love with this because it really makes me stop and think about what I'm thinking. Makes me analyze the thoughts. What is this? Where is this taking me? What is the purpose? What is it in my past that leads me to go in this direction every time this happens or that happens, or something might occur that I would prefer didn't occur? You know, is that old expression? I've suffered through some horrible occurrences in my life, most of which never happened, because we worry. And I worry. And I'm really, 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 really bad at it. And I'm just so thrilled to be getting good at it, to be becoming aware of what I'm thinking and what I'm doing, and knowing that I am capable of moving my mind in a different direction. Now, there's, and one of the things, I don't know if you're a fan of Louise Hay, but if you're not familiar with her, go look her up on the internet and listen to some of her little, she has lots of little snippets that can be anywhere from just a few minutes to 30 minutes or so of her talking about her experience in life. She's a phenomenal woman, passed away in the last few years. She's just an amazing soul, who had an extraordinary journey. But one of her biggest things in the world is affirmations. And I have really latched on to affirmations, and in particular, affirmations that can help me change my thinking when I go in the wrong direction. There's one that I got from her, which is, something wonderful is always happening. And actually, the original affirmation from her was, something wonderful is always on the verge of happening. Well, so I was saying that for a long time, until one day it dawned on me, well, if it's always on the verge of happening, it's never happening. So let's just take it all away. Something wonderful is always happening. And I say, though, that affirmation in particular, I also use an old one that I got from Charles Fillmore, I believe, and his book, The Golden Key. And I kind of paraphrased from The Golden Key: there is no power but God. God is my source, and God is within me now and always. And I use that if I'm in deep worry, deep fear, or get into whatever the doubts and challenges of life are, the money thing, whatever it is that gets you, the job thing, the relationship, whatever it is that gets under your skin and gets you moving in the wrong direction mentally. It's easy enough to change it. And sometimes you might have to repeat an affirmation or a golden key phrase many, many, many times. And I've been in that space too. But it beats the hell out of sitting and wallowing in whatever that negative thinking is that you're doing, the worrying, the fear, the anger, the pissosity, as some people might say. Whenever you're in that space, nothing good's going to happen. Nothing good's going to happen. There's no manifestation. There's no nothing positive when you're in that space. It just doesn't happen. So here's the advice. The advice is, first and foremost, read from great authors. Read from the people who talk in terms of how to better yourself, how to change your thinking. Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, Wayne Dyer's stuff, Marianne Williamson. Excuse me. All of those people have great words on kind of elevating our consciousness, taking our consciousness to another level, and being able to just guard the garden of your mind, so that you know that you are cultivating the highest possible thought patterns possible for you. That's number one. Number two, I would always suggest to everybody meditation. Meditation gives you the ability to calm the mind, to calm the whole physical body, and to take yourself into a space of just being able to be quiet and listen. One of the affirmations I do every single morning is that I am one with the infinite intelligence. I am one with the infinite intelligence of God, and I turn over to God all of my challenges, my questions, my problems, and I simply listen for the solutions and the answers, knowing that everything I need to know is revealed to me. That helps me to recognize that infinite intelligence within, that divine mind within, will guide me. God, guidance on demand. It will guide me if I just shut up and listen. If I just take the time to quiet my mind and sit and not contemplate anything, just quiet my mind. I practice transcendental meditation. I learned that in 1978. So I've been practicing transcendental meditation now for damn near 45 years. When I did it, I think it cost $180 to learn. Now I think it costs 10 times that. But that's neither here nor there. Learn to meditate. Find a way to meditate. There's lots of books out there. There's a bazillion books out there. If you Google meditation music, you'll find I have an entire section on my phone. I must have 50, if I have one, different meditation musics and sounds, and binaural beats and all kinds of stuff that you can use to just tune out the world and just be quiet, just be still. You don't want to think about stuff. And if you play music that makes you think, find something else. You want something that just quiets you and allows you the opportunity to just quiet the mind. I've taught a lot of people to meditate over many years, and I know that every single person I have taught has benefited and thanked me for having taught them how to do that, because it makes a difference. So that's number two. Number three is prayer work. And prayer work for me, I don't know what your tradition is as you're watching this podcast, but if you're a metaphysician, if you're part of any kind of new thought movement and there's prayer involved, you know about affirmative prayer. Affirmative prayer is claiming the good. It is not bargaining or coercing or making deals with God. That's not what prayer is about. It's about claiming the good, knowing that the divine only knows good. The divine knows nothing but good. And so we just claim that for ourselves and for all those for whom we might pray. And the next thing is the affirmations. I would just encourage you, find a set of affirmations, use someone else's affirmations, go to Louise Hay, use hers. But the best affirmations in the world are affirmations you write for yourself. And again, affirm the good. Affirm all that it is that you require and desire, all that you want to be your experience of life. Affirm it day in and day out, and you will over time change your thinking. Now I'm 72 years old. I've been thinking the way I've been thinking for a very long time. So take it upon myself at this point in my life to change it is a process. It's not boom, done. I'm thinking differently. I am now enlightened. I am now a more conscious human being. No, not necessarily so. It takes some work. The longer you've been at the negative thought processes that you've been using for your entire life, the longer it's going to take you to change that thinking. So, read. I forgot them. Read, meditate, pray, do affirmations. Those are 4 ways that I know that you can use to change that negative thought process that you might be your default. We all know, if you don't think it's your default, I know you know someone who it's their default. That no matter what's going on, they're Debbie Downer or they're the negative thinker always. Well, if you stop and if you look at their behavior, if you look at how their thinking expresses, you might see a little bit of yourself in that. And you might realize that it's all of us. We all do it. We all do it, and we will all continue to do it until we decide to do something different, until we decide to make a change. So that's, you know what? It's a short one today. It's all I have for you. But I think it's a good message. I do want you to remember that we are the New Thought Media Network. We are a nonprofit organization. You can go to ntmedia.org and click on donate, and we will be absolutely thrilled beyond belief for any donation that you would give us, whatever it is. ntmedia.org. If you like what we do, if you like my podcast or some of the other shows, the prayer stuff that we do, and this network is only growing and getting bigger and better, and we're going to bring you more possibilities, more entertainment, bigger things. Just donate if it moves you, if you're called to it. Again, my sponsor is hempworks.com/Ken Ludwig. Cleanest, purest, most potent CBD you're going to find anywhere in the universe. It is the best that money can buy. Hempworks is the #1 distributor, direct-to-consumer distributor of CBD products in the world. So we better be good or we wouldn't be there. The BOGO sale is going on today. Buy one, get one free. You'll love this stuff. And if you don't, we have a 60-day money-back guarantee on everything we sell. So take a whack. You can also go to the main website, which is mydailychoice.com. Once again, /me takes you right to my page. You can find me on Instagram, evolving_hippie, which I hope I am doing. I hope this old hippie is evolving, becoming the next highest vision of himself. You can email me at teamrockitnow@gmail.com, or you can find my beloved Lisa and I on our branded Facebook page, Vibrant Aging, which goes hand in hand with this, Vibrant Living. Once again, I thank you for your time. I hope this little brief conversation had some meaning for you, and I'll show you once again the Daily Stoic, an incredible read every morning with I read the Science of Mind 365 for years and years and years. Every single day I read from it. I have used the Daily Stoic in its place. I love it, and it so resonates with everything Science of Mind, everything metaphysical. You'll love it too. And the other one is this great book, which, by the way, I thought had been written many, many years ago. It's only about 40 years old. It's 1988. So it's it's definitely worth the read. You'll love it. That's it for me. As always, I wish you all the love and all the blessings that the universe has to offer. I hope you will join me every Thursday for another adventure here with Vibrant Living. And if you have any thoughts or questions or things you want me to talk about, please feel free to let me know. Email me, text me if you know me that well, and I'll be glad to show up and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Until the next time, I wish you all the love and blessings the universe has to offer. Namaste.